Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. I'm really excited about today's webinar. I'm not sure if you guys know a little about RepStack, but maybe I'll just give you guys a little quick introduction. My name is Azhar Siddiqui, the co-founder at RepStack. Along with me is the amazing Jeff Fisher. He's our Chief Growth Officer. We also invited some of our CSMs who are our account managers on the call, just so that we can have a little chit chat, with the real deal, see what these guys are doing inside RepStack. And we'll also show you some of our client testimonials and some of the other account managers who are doing some amazing things. But a little brief about RepStack. We're just about our 1 year anniversary is coming up, but I'm a 13-year digital marketing agency owner myself. Jeff Fisher has run multiple businesses, including amazing digital marketing agencies, and I'll let Jeff introduce himself as well. I've been running my own digital marketing agency for the last 13 years, and RepStack kind of evolved out of that, because until I started taking care of, offloading some of my plate, some of the stuff that I was doing as the agency owner, let's face it, we can all find web developers, SEO people, these technical people for the fulfillment side of our agencies. But when it comes down to marketing of our own agency, sales, and especially account management, which is the topic for today, we tend to delay these, and we tend to do these jobs ourselves. So we become glorified account managers. You may be doing, like, I know clients who are doing $500,000, $600,000 a year in revenue, and they're still doing their account management, they're still doing their sales. And some of these things you may still enjoy, like, closing the deals. But the sooner we get these things off our plate, the sooner we activate massive growth inside our agencies. And we're seeing that with so many of our clients. And I think that's part of the reason that we're hitting such a nerve with digital marketing agency owners. First of all, we're only working with digital marketing agency owners, and we're only providing for these three roles. So if you come to us that, hey, I need a web developer or a SEO person, we usually politely say no. And we only focus on these things because, we're over, with our coaching and over the course of my 13-year career, Jeff's huge illustrious career, we've come to realize that, as agency owners, we need to step back from the day-to-day after we've built up our agency initially, and, let some of these key roles, especially these key roles that I just talked about, taken care of by people like Eamon, who's on the call with us right now. Jeff, do you want to just quickly give a brief intro about yourself?
Yeah, so I've owned multiple small businesses. 9 years, I had a digital marketing agency that I sold about a little over 3 years ago. I then moved into coaching digital marketing agencies for 3 years, and that's where I met Azhar. And the interesting thing is, I've never really asked him how this exactly happened, but probably in every single coaching call that I did over my 3 years of coaching, the recommendation I always had was, you need help. You need an extra set of hands, and you need to hire a virtual assistant. So when Azhar reached out early in this process, I guess just 10 or 11 months ago, and he said, hey, I want to offer, virtual assistants, and here's the three I want to do. It was like stars perfectly aligned. Finally, somebody's going to provide this support that every digital marketing agency needs. And the way I tell you, how can you decide when you need and can afford one? And my bottom line is, if you have a consistent bottom line that has $3,000 every month of profit, you need to have a virtual assistant, because that number will go up rapidly. It does not matter how many clients you have, because if you have no clients, you need help with marketing. If you have a few clients because you've proven out that you can sell, but you're not getting enough time selling, you need a sales assistant, somebody that can help you sell. And then at some point, when you get enough clients, you need somebody to help you set appointments, do calls, talk to the clients. And that's the person that we're going to talk about today.
Account manager.
Account manager. Went totally blank. It all has something to do with the gray hair and going blank. But so I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be a part of RepStack as it continues to grow and evolve. And although not a founder, I'm proud that I was here at the very beginning to see this whole company evolve.
Thanks, Jeff. So I'm going to share my screen. You guys should have the link to our workbook in the chat as well. So you're welcome to open that up, make a copy of this workbook, and use it as you guys want. I'm going to walk us through this. I'm going to interrupt Jeff and get him to maybe talk about a few things. And then we have our own account managers, Sana and Eamon, on the call as well. So, we'll talk to them about how they're doing all the client management. So today's call is all about account managers. And this particular role is extremely near and dear to my heart. Because, as agency owners, I've been there, done that. Usually the account management is, I don't know why, but it's the last thing we let go of. Maybe it's because we think that, we have to be involved with every single client, have to be, there for every time they call us or email us. We have to reply to them ourselves because maybe we close the deals or maybe we know them personally, whatever the reason might be. I've done that of so many of our clients that I know and friends that I know. They've been doing it. But account management is as soon as you have, you see that you have 3, 4, 5+ clients, you should start thinking about account managers because, as entrepreneurs, we're heading these amazing digital marketing agencies, and we like to do a lot of things. And, we might be good at a few things, but you can't tell me that you're good at sales, you're good at marketing, and you're good at account management as well. And, we're going to walk you through some of these numbers as well, where it's actually going to cost you. So for example, if you're doing a $300,000, $400,000 in annual revenue, then it's actually cheaper for you to hire for these 3 roles instead of paying yourself, because you're probably paying $100,000, $150,000 to yourself per year. But you can easily place a person in each one of these roles from $15,000 to $20,000, $25,000. Sometimes you may want to hire locally as well, and we'll talk about all of those things as well. But it's actually cheaper because all of a sudden you freed up all your time to focus on growth of your agency, and now you can go out and do other things for the $150,000 that you were spending on yourself doing account management and sales and marketing. You can have 3 different people in these roles, and you can still save yourself some money, a lot of time, and you can now reinvest that time in the growth of your agency. So that this is a very, very important topic, account managers and why we all need them. So we'll just dive right into this. First of all, I want to kind of, the first slide that we're talking about is, do you even need to hire a virtual assistant? So we've kind of put this together, this checklist. And if you go through this checklist, some of the points like what Jeff was saying, that if your bottom line is at least at $3,000 a month, you should be looking at getting a virtual assistant for yourself. But for this particular role, we have, are you making at least $10,000 in monthly recurring agency revenue? Do you have at least 2 full-time employees? Do you want to hire a full-time employee and not worry about contracts and W-2s and things like that? Are you interested in hiring a paid advertising specialist? So this would be related to the marketing assistant, then the salesperson, so do you want to focus? So you obviously, if you want to focus on the strategic part of your agency and kind of step back from the day-to-day of your agency, would you want to, place somebody in those roles? What the things that you're doing right now? So, if you answer yes to 3 of these questions, then you're good to continue further, even if you're not ready right now, maybe down the road for sure. But some of the things that an account manager, for example, can help you do: free up time, by letting you step back from the day-to-day activities of your agency. So, this has been, I think, the single most important thing that any client of ours that come to us realizes is the amount of time that they can save by placing a person like Eamon or Sana in an account manager role, for example. You actually reduce cost. I know, and it may sound a little bit difficult to perceive right now, but you do save money because you're paying yourself 150 grand, but to do account management, and if you're doing account management inside your agency, you can get somebody like Eamon and from $15,000 to $25,000 if they're outside of the U.S. And inside US, you can get somebody. I think the average, we did some math, and I think the average US based account managers are around, they start at around 40,000 and they go up from there. So, just imagine the amount of time that you will be saving, which you can put towards the growth of your organization. Quickly scale, this is the fastest way to go up. I've been there, get to that $300,000 mark. And just like, it's a vicious circle, you're stuck. You're closing a deal. You first do some marketing activity, then you put your sales manager hat on, and you do start doing some sales activity. And then as soon as you close some deals, now you start onboarding those clients and you become that account manager. And as soon as you start dropping a couple of clients, you move back to the start of the cycle, marketing, sales, account management. We keep doing this over and over again, not realizing that help is just around the corner. Strengthen weak areas. Like I said earlier, we're entrepreneurs. I love to be, on different, at a 360, like I'm getting this opportunity with this amazing organization to see things from afar right now. And that's an amazing feeling because there's so many things we can do like that. And we get to be involved in a whole bunch of stuff while not actually be responsible of doing. I remember during my agency days, I think taking care of the clients, it was a love-hate relationship for me because, like I felt, I just needed to do that somehow. And it was, I think, one of the most difficult things I found that I had to do. But I trained myself to do it as soon as a client replies, take care of their issues right away, assign it to the web team or the SEO team or the marketing team, and get that stuff taken care of. But I didn't realize that, an account manager would probably do that job for me a lot better. Because I was just forcing myself to do that. And I thought that I had no other option, but there are a ton of options. And like a person who's built for that job will allow you to do provide customer service to your clients at a world-class level. So we're thinking that we need to be involved in this thing all the time, but we're wrong. We just need to hire a person who is well versed, who is who can live and breathe the values of your agency, so to speak. And and then you train them a little bit, and then you let them take care of that stuff full time. And and they'll probably be doing a lot better at that job because we as owners are going to be split between all these three things, but their only job requirement is to make sure that they retain your clients for you. Anything you'd like to add here, Jeff, as we start out this presentation?
No, I think you've hit all the major areas. Like he said, that nice little checklist there, go through those, start answering those questions. Just 3 of them is all you need to know that you need somebody helping you out, an extra set of hands. So just so you know, that's it. Excellent.
So what I'd like to do now is kind of tell you, help you guys out. So the purpose of this webinar is obviously, we're a placement company for digital marketing agencies, and we'd love you to come work with us. But we want to give you all the options that are out there for you right now as well. And we've kind of done the math for you. We've kind of pointed out some of these platforms you guys may already be familiar with, where we've also, because we're hiring so many people, we're placing one person a day right now. So we have a ton of experience. So the job posts that we've created work extremely well. So you'll have access to these job posts. You can take them to your local job boards if you want to hire somebody there. You can take them to Upwork. You can take them to onlinejobs.ph. These are some of the platforms we recommend for hiring overseas. And you can follow the process. We're going to put this process in this. We have this process in this workbook, so you can just take this and run with it and get yourself some help in terms of an account manager. So the position overview is listed out over here for you. I think the most important thing, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jeff, the most important thing for an account manager inside a digital marketing agency, in my opinion, is a person who can communicate effectively, and who can build relationships with your clients. Are we on the right track here, Jeff?
Yeah, the communication skills and attention to detail, because that client is going to express some concern or ask you to fix something on the website or whatever the case may be. So as the account manager, I need to write that down. I have to ask my production team to get the work done. And then once the work is completed, reporting that back to the client. So the worst account manager you can have is one that loves to talk and loves the, talk to hear themselves speak, but can't keep track of the details, because that's not really accomplishing the primary goal. This person needs to communicate, track details, report back to the client when it's completed, and be a problem solver in that respect.
And if you're an agency owner and entrepreneur, our personalities, I think, are very different than account managers. We do love to talk and stuff like that. We may be able to build relationships, but I want to move from project to project. And I want to do some other thing in the next hour, not, like a follow through type person. You need somebody who can follow through, who can make relationships, talk the good talk, but also be extremely detailed oriented over here. So the job descriptions over here, you can also click on this link and grab that job description if you want, and just use this, as I said, on whichever platform you plan on hiring this account manager. And this is the one that we use. We've kind of put this together for you. The entire text is over here for this particular job post, responsibilities, all the good stuff, all the good stuff is in here for you guys to just copy and paste, maybe change a little bit, because every agency is a little bit different, and you can go and start interviewing people right away. Let's see here. Anything, Eamon, Sana, you guys are on the call. Anything that you guys want to share about, because Eamon and Sana are rockstar CSMs. We call them CSMs, but they're essentially account managers. Maybe tell us a little bit about how many clients each one of you guys are handling right now.
I'm currently,
yeah, go ahead.
I currently have 17 accounts at the moment, and I make sure that I don't only connect with my clients at a professional level. I make sure that I also connect with them at a personal level. So that's really, really important. That's one of our job responsibilities. Apart from that, when we speak to our clients, they go through a lot of issues, and we make sure that we are able to resolve those issues or coach them about those issues.
Sana, why don't you tell me, Sana, tell me a little bit about like how your day was today. Like what are the day-to-day activities that you do during a normal day at work?
Yeah, today was busy. It was a good busy though. We start off making sure that we have answered all our emails. Sometimes there is a time difference, so sometimes we need to make sure that if we got an email while we were not at work, those are priority. If a client has emailed us raising a concern, we need to make sure that we're on top of it. So that's our first thing, and then we make sure we schedule one-on-ones with our clients almost regularly. And if they're not if not monthly, then at least weekly. So we need to make sure that we're in constant contact with our client. That's really important to make sure that our clients are confident in us. So, like Eamon said, building that interpersonal relationship is very important. It's not just about their job. It's not just about their agency. We talk about almost everything. Forming that relationship, it helps them feel like, okay, we will be there. If they have an issue, if they have a concern, we will be there and we will listen to it. So for my day-to-day, yeah, I have meetings, I have trainings, I have emails. I had a training in customer success with someone who is successful in this field, who has had experience in this field. And then I had a huddle with my team, with the associates that I'm managing. So we need to make sure that we have a happy, healthy relationship with them as well. So if they have a concern, they can come to us as well.
So inside a digital marketing agency, because these guys are managing clients, and just so you guys know, our clients average 2 VAs with us. So how many, Sana, how many associates are you managing on the back end?
So at the moment, I have 21 associates that I'm managing in my team.
And Eamon, you?
I have 24.
And Maham, you?
23 right now. There will be 25 tomorrow because I'll be onboarding a few.
So this is the relationship building part, guys. For a digital marketing agency, your account manager would be building. So these guys are building relationships with their VAs and their clients, but your account manager would be building relationships with your clients and your internal teams, like the web development team and the SEO team, the project managers maybe, and however you have that the agency set up. So basically the liaison or the face of the company, once you've onboarded your clients, is going to be an account manager, and they're going to basically run that client for you on a day-to-day basis. Anything, it'd be awesome. It is awesome that, when we onboard a client, those clients don't have to call me anymore. They just, work with Eamon or Maham or Sana. And, any issue they have, anything they want to do, even if they want to give out a bonus to their VAs, these are the people they talk to. So that's kind of how we have our team set up. And you guys can do something very similar as well. So targets and benchmarks. So this is really important for your account manager. The most important thing I think that account manager should be able to do for you is retaining current agency accounts every month, right? Or maximizing the retention. I think a 3% retention ratio for an agency owner is very well, very, very healthy. So you guys should shoot for that. This is the number one most important job that account managers should be able to do, is that they should, once those clients come in, they make sure that these clients stay with you for as long as possible. The other thing that these guys can do for you is making upsells. So for example, our amazing team of CSMs or account managers, they helped us close 4 new deals in the last month, just by, building those relationships, and, clients see them, work with them, and clients see how their current accounts are doing, and they were able to upsell them to, they may have a marketing assistant, now they've moved on to a sales assistant as well, or they may have both, and now they've hired an account manager as well. So, so we're making upsells using the account managers as well. Collecting client reviews. We are less than 1 year old, and since we really started using our account managers, we're approaching close to 50 client reviews, all on video. Some of our clients have given us multiple reviews, and we'll show you actually one of those reviews today as well. So that is such a huge thing, the social proof that we can get, and the Google reviews and all of that stuff is great, but you can go on our website and you can see client review after client review after client review after client review, and that's all because of our amazing account managers. So that's another big thing. And we again, if you were to do this, I don't know how many reviews that each one of your agencies have, and I don't know how many of them are on video, video makes a huge impact on your target audience. And you can use them for Facebook ads. You can use them for so many different things. You can turn them into case studies and do a lot of things with those video testimonials. And the only type of reviews we get are directly on video or audio at the least. So that's another thing that these guys can do for you. Holding regular review meetings with the clients. This is an ongoing process that the account manager should be able to do for you. But I think on a daily basis, I'm hearing from our account managers that they have 1, 2, sometimes 3 regular client check-ins and things like that. And these check-ins are the opportunities to learn more about the clients, how they're doing, preempt if there's an issue, get a review, or try to upsell them to something that they may need in the future. And there's a few other things here as well. Anything you'd like to add to targets and benchmarks in terms of an account manager's job responsibility, Jeff?
Well, I just want to point out that Azhar said 3% retention rate. And I think he really means loss rate. Because if you were only keeping 3% of your clients every month, you should not be in business. You should do something else.
Yeah, I meant churn. Sorry.
Yeah, churn, is always going to be there, but you definitely are going to cut down on your churn. I think that's the biggest thing that most people don't realize is if you're already struggling to sell and you got a few clients and you have, 20% churn, for example, if you can just reduce that down to 3 to 5%, your activities selling can come down as well and give you more time to become a better salesperson and actually growing your business. So yeah, working on churn is one of the big things that your account manager can do, just again by listening, communicating, taking notes, and making sure whatever the requests are get done and reported back. And that's where we make a big mistake too, is we won't tell the client, oh yeah, I put that new button on your website. We'll just assume they saw it and they're sitting there fretting, when's the button gonna go? When are they gonna put the button up? And then the next time the account manager gets on the call and they say, have you put the button up on my website? Well, that was done a month ago, but they didn't know. And in the back of their mind, your client's saying, hey, they're not performing for me. So closing that loop is really essential. And as a busy entrepreneur, that's probably one of the biggest downfalls that we have, because as Azhar pointed out, I'm busy doing this, then I'm doing that, and pretty soon I forgot about that request. I mean, I know my team got it done, but I didn't take that moment in time to report back to the client.
Yeah, totally. And I think, Jeff, you talk about this as well, and you just hit the nail on the head that, the biggest reason that our clients leave us is not because we're not doing the work, it's perceived indifference. They think that the work is not being done, and we're just not doing a good enough job communicating that. And an account manager would help you do just that. Like if there's a small win, they'll get on the phone. That's their job, is to make sure that you retain that client. They'll get on the phone and they'll talk to the client. They'll say that, hey, congratulations, we hit #1 for this keyword. Or we hit page 1 for this particular keyword, or are we seeing an influx of new leads coming in? How are you able to close those clients and things like that? So having that continuous loop of communication, we can't do that, but a great account manager would do just that for you, and on a day-to-day basis, and watch those churn numbers come down. Thank you.
Yeah, the other thing is, your account manager just does not need to report on what's happening specifically on your website or your SEO. If you're in a state, for example, that only holds a legislation every 2 years, they can stay on top of that legislation if you're a plumber and say, hey, did you know they passed a bill that impacts you as a plumber? You have to do some crazy whatever hazard material report now that you never had to do before. So just having that account manager stay on top of industry specific stuff. And that's why we fully support the whole idea of your agency being a niche agency, because now you've got somebody else watching out for you and helping you stay on top of what's going on in the world.
Yep. So these are some targets and benchmarks you can expect out of your account managers. Moving on, skills and requirements. I think especially when you're hiring an account manager inside your digital marketing agencies, one of the prerequisites for an account manager is that they need to have basic understanding of digital marketing. So, if they've been a designer or a developer or a SEO, or they've done content writing and they've worked inside a digital marketing agency, maybe in a different role, because this is not a role that, people train for and become, they can go to school for and things like that. This is something that, you kind of take a salesperson and you take a digital marketer, and you combine them together and you turn them into an account manager. So this is going to be a person who's going to be maybe, have a little bit of both. Maybe they're a really good salesperson inside a digital marketing agency. They know all these agency services, and now they can move into an account manager role. Or, they've been doing something inside a digital marketing agency on the graphic design side, or whatever that might be, and their communication skills are really, really good. So I think the prerequisite over here for me, understanding of the digital marketing services that you guys are selling, it's a great plus here, even though we can still teach somebody with the right mindset. But it'll be great to have somebody who understands these things for you, because the learning curve is going to be really, really short. And then on top of that, what you're really looking for is a problem solver, a person who can communicate effectively. Yeah, I think those two things, in addition to the digital marketing experience, I think you have a really good mix of things there. Education, obviously, some of these people have even master degrees, but at least undergrad would be really, really important. Perfect English, because you can't have issues on the grammar side, right? Because they're the face of your company. If there's even a one sentence or one verb or noun here and there, it reflects poorly on you. So make sure that the English is perfect. Those are the basic skills that you guys need to hire for in this particular role. These are some roles and duties and expectations that you guys can have. You guys can go through here. For example, develop a quarterly strategy for each client. Some of these guys are account managers going on these calls, and they're talking about 3 months ahead, 6 months ahead of what's coming down the pipeline for their clients' agencies. So there's going to be a ton of things. We've listed out the most used ones, but you're welcome to play around with this a little bit more. Compensation. All right. So we've done some math for you over here, and we've done compensation for if you were to hire an account manager locally in the States, how much it's going to cost you. So usually they'll start out at $35,000, and they'll be between $35,000 and $55,000. So on an average, around $45,000 plus bonuses. You can pay them a little bit less for the first 90 days. And you can go up from there. As far as compensations are concerned, also bonuses are extremely important in this role as well, because you're expecting them to retain your clients. So if you can tie your bonus structure to the retention that they deliver to you on a monthly basis, even better.
I agree with that.
Anything? Thanks, Sana. And anything you'd like to add there, Jeff?
Oh, I think, again, it's making that decision of what your budget is. But if you cannot afford an account manager in the United States, RepStack's program is definitely a good alternative. And we work very diligently to make sure that you're getting the right person that can do this communication at a price point that, like I said, if you're having $2,500, $3,000 every month drop to the bottom line, you can afford to add that, and you'll see your bottom line grow from there.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, in terms of our particular service, not to toot our own horn here, but we are trying to really benchmark with the US market, and our account managers who are on this call are a testament to that. These girls are handling clients in the United States, all over the US and Canada right now, 17 plus clients, each of them. And they're doing a phenomenal job for us, and our clients are loving them. And all you have to do is go to our website and just take a look at our case studies, and you'll find out how good of a job these guys are doing. So we do provide a price point advantage if you choose to work with us. But the benchmark that we're trying to deliver on is the same benchmark if you were to hire somebody from the local market, without the extra complications of hiring a local person, also the extra money that you will have to shell out for a local person. So with us, there's a ton of advantages working with us. We have, we truly believe in our trainings. So what our training manager, Noor, is also on this call right now with us. And we have an entire training department set up with the help of Jeff Fisher. So, we actually hire people even before we put them in front of a client. They have to go through minimum 1 week of training with us. We take a look at their work ethic. We make sure that there's no red flags. We make sure that, the basis of all the trainings are completed. And that's the point when we place them in front of a client or match them with a client, so that that relationship, once they do go in front of a client, because, we have a 95% placement rate when our clients, when after the discovery call or a strategy session, once our client tells us to go ahead and find them a person and they finally meet that person, we have a 95% approval rate on that last call. And the reason for that is because of the time and effort we put in place on that particular person that we match with our clients, and the ability that person has. We take out, all the work that our clients would usually have to do in finding that right person. And we're doing this, like I said, replacing one person a day right now. So it's getting easier and easier for us right now. So over here, we've kind of placed a couple of examples for account managers, and these both clients have account managers, and they've given us multiple testimonials. So I'll actually play you Lynn Askins, who's one of our clients. He's running an amazing digital marketing agency, and we'll just walk you through this one really quickly.
Hey, I'm Lynn from Rockstar Digital Marketing, and I just want to give a positive testimonial for RepStack. RepStack connected us with Asma as a part of our team. She's been amazing so far. She's done everything we've asked. She's eager to learn. She's proactive. She's excited. We're excited to have her as a part of the team, and I'm really looking forward to growing with her and RepStack. So thank you, RepStack. We really appreciate it.
Hey everyone, this is Asma, and today I'll be giving you a peek into my day as a virtual account manager. So let's get started. So first of all, I open my Time Doctor and I make sure that it's running. I start it, and once I have started it, I update about my sign in to my client through Slack. And once I've done that, I move forward to the Help Scout inboxes. That's the first task that I start doing. I check all the emails from the clients. I check if there are any urgent emails. I reply to them. I add notes to them as well. And if there are any updates from the clients, or if there are any tasks that need to be done, I communicate those tasks to my team in Teamwork. I create different tasks for different team members, depending on the type of task that they are required to do. Apart from assigning tasks to different team members at Teamwork, I also check my own tasks that have been assigned to me in Teamwork, and I complete them as well. Apart from that, I create projects at Teamwork. Whatever new projects, new clients we have, I add them here at Teamwork. I update project briefs and communicate with clients with any requirements that we need before starting to work on the project. Apart from that, I review all the submitted content from my team, and once I've reviewed the content, I give a heads up to the team members to complete the task on Teamwork. And after that, I move on towards the next step. For example, if we have completed the content and the design, I would task the next task to our web developer and ask her to code the design. Once that has been done, we get it approved from the client. Apart from this communication between the clients and my team members, I'm also managing the monthly press releases for our around 20 SEO clients. These are all the press releases that I've recently published. Once I've published the press releases, or once I've tasked my team members to write them, I update this over here in this spreadsheet.
So just to kind of give you an update on Asma, she started out as an assistant account manager to Lynn Askin, and she was really quickly promoted to a full-time, full account manager. So now she's the face of the company. And we have our amazing Maham, whose client is Lynn. And this is another example, another dimension that I want to show you guys here, where Lynn has given us 2 testimonials. He's got 2 people with us now, right, Maham?
Yes, he is onboarding his second associate today, right after this call.
Perfect. So what a perfect time to play for you guys. The second testimonial that Lynn gave us, and Maham, who's Lynn's account manager, she's on the call with him and she's collecting this video testimonial.
How satisfied am I with Asma's performance?
Yes.
On a scale of what?
1 to 10, maybe?
20.
That makes me happy. So would you give any explanation for that reason, for that number?
We recently lost a key employee, a good friend and somebody who helped me build my business. We recently lost her. Asma has stepped in, really stepped up for the challenge, has really taken over things, and has done an amazing job in her absence. How satisfied?
So yeah, so that's an example of how our Maham is with us as well over here. Maham, do you want to just maybe quickly talk about this relationship, or how you build this relationship with Lynn, where you got multiple testimonials from him and you also upsold him on his second VA with us?
I would say the key for me has been researching on their business. For example, I just got a call with Juno. I was getting on call with him for the first time, and I had to research on his business. Now I noticed that he had a different email, a different business name on his email than on his Facebook page, because I do a lot of research on my clients. So I asked to him about that, and he was surprised that me, being an account manager, would ask such a question. And I know that I made a good first impression, because he now know that I'm interested in his business as much as the associate I'm managing. So I think that for building a good relationship with your client, you need to know about them, and not just about their personal life and their relationship with their associate, but also about their business. For example, if they're having a webinar, just shoot them a best of luck text, or maybe if you can help in any way. These things are very small and require very less time, but really, really have a huge impact on our clients.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing this. And we are nearly done here, guys. I'm going to power through this for you guys. So I'm just going to walk you through the hiring process. I'll talk about what we do at RepStack, and then I'll also give you some other options that you guys can use to hire your first account manager. So at RepStack, things usually start out with a discovery call with us. That can be booked from our website. There's a link to that discovery call towards the bottom of this as well. And Mashood, if you can place that link on this call, that'll be great as well. And then what we do is that, like I said, that we have a process where we call it our RepStack Success Academy. We're already, because we know the demand that's coming in, we're already pre-hiring these amazing people, our salespeople, marketing people, and the account manager. We're putting them through these trainings. And what we're really looking for is that type of person that we want to bring to the table, which is like Maha, which is like Sana, which is like Eamon. These guys are, 2 steps ahead of you. You don't want a person over here that you have to handhold all the time. The type of person we want to bring to the table is a person who, when comes to you with a problem, also comes to you with a solution for that problem, so that it does not put a dead stop on your day. You just say yay or nay, or maybe do this a little bit, and you continue on with your day. That's the type of person we want to bring to the table. Not everybody's like that, unfortunately. So, we have to we've kind of set up a really rigorous process over here. These are all the different interviews before these guys are put in our Success Academy. So there are round 1, R1, R2, R3, R4, and then they actually get moved on to our Success Academy. Over there, they're given anywhere from 1 week all the way up to 4 weeks before they're placed with the client. And we're really looking for their work ethic in our Success Academy. If, are they showing up on time? Are they doing the tasks that they're supposed to be doing on time? And so many other things. So, usually we're able to, if there is a red flag, we're able to point that out. That person never makes it in front of the client. And once we've had a discovery call with a client and we have somebody perfect for that particular client, we match them in an intro call. We invite that client to book an intro call. Usually we send out an amazing Loom video beforehand and their resume. You get a chance to take a look at that person, how their English is and all of that good stuff, their resume. And once the clients are happy with that, they go ahead and book that intro call. And in that intro call, it usually lasts anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. And it's basically because we don't call it an interview because we've already done the interview processes for you. It is basically an introduction call with your future marketing assistant, sales assistant, or account manager in this case. Like I said before, that we have on this particular call, 95% of the times we usually get a yes from our clients and they move forward with that person. And it's not because we're doing we've done some magic here. It's because of all this process that we've done beforehand for you and taken them through our Success Academy. Another thing, so pre-screening process, if you guys are doing this yourself, make sure that you're hiring somebody else. Make sure that these people maybe send you a Loom video or a recorded video or at least a voicemail so that you can listen to what sort of English they have and how they're communicating. A couple of other tools over here are Colby. I'm not sure if you guys have heard. There's a link to Colby here. We offer one free Colby assessment to our clients, but DISC assessment is also really nice and it's free of charge. So you guys can kind of get a personality fit for the right type of person here as well. So this would be the pre-screening interview. There's a ton of questions over here that you guys we put them all down for you guys. So, feel free to use as many questions as you want and use your own as well. We obviously take care of these for our clients. We, go through multiple interview processes for the VAs we bring on board. So if you're working with RepStack, you won't have to worry about doing most of these things. Expectations to communicate. So this is, I think, extremely important. Once, you found the right person, you want to kind of put together a list of expectations. And these, I think, work really, really well for the type of person that we're placing for our clients. Responsiveness, like I said, always being 2 steps ahead of the agency owner and not dragging them behind. Being resourceful, like Maham just told you that she's resourceful. Before she looks like Jono is a new client for her. So she did the research before going on that first client, and she was able to impress Jono on that first client by just doing some basic research. Honesty. Obviously, this is usually a deal breaker. If you catch an employee in a lie, usually there's, turning back from that is very, very hard. So you want to set this expectation very, very clearly. Innovation, hard work, asking for help, all of these cool things. So, feel free to use these. Apply this to the new account manager that you're going to be hiring. You'll have a great success. Okay, so there's a few other things that we do on our end, pre-boarding and lots of stuff on training side and things like that. Onboarding. So this is really, really critical, because once you've decided on the person and you're bringing this person on board, you want to give them a chance to succeed. And onboarding is going to be that process that's going to make sure that this person, you spent all this time and energy in bringing this person in, you're going to be paying them the big bucks. But, if you just kind of bring them on board and without any processes and things like that, you just throw them to the wolves, I can promise you, like, unless they're like some genius level person who can read your mind, chances are that they're not going to be successful. So having a strong onboarding process is going to be critical over here. And we've kind of listed out some of these things that you should be doing ahead of time. Jeff, you want to talk a little bit about how important a proper onboarding process is when it comes down to bringing on board new employees?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about being a virtual employee is if you don't have a great process, by the end of the second day that they've been sitting in their desk chair saying, do I really work for this company? I haven't talked to anybody, but they told me I have a job. That's a terrible onboarding process. So have a defined onboarding process where you make sure that, especially in the first 2 to 3 weeks, you're talking to that person 3-4 times a day. And when I'm talking, I'm just saying, on Slack or whatever tool you're using, how's it going? Are you stuck on anything? You got 20 minutes available. We can talk about, the core philosophy of the business, and we can talk about, is the client always right? What do you think? What do I think? All those kinds of things, and have that conversation at least for 2 weeks going on so that they feel like they belong as a part of your organization. There's nothing worse. Think about yourselves. If you get a text message from somebody and you respond back and they don't get back to you for 24 hours, extremely frustrating. Well, imagine if you're the new VA, you've been hired to be this assistant, and the last thing they've heard from you was 24 hours ago, you sent the chat over to them. I would be frustrated and thinking about getting the new job. So keep that in mind. The other real benefit that you get with RepStack is if for any reason the person you bring on does not work out, you just need to talk to this account manager that you've been assigned, and they will work it out to replace that person, typically in about 4 to 5 days. And we need that time to go find somebody else for you. And sometimes it's skill set, sometimes it's simply personality. But when we started talking about this, one of the requirements that I asked Azhar was to put this in, because we know, hey, I put up a post on Indeed. It took me 3 weeks to get somebody hired. I waited through 200, applications, and I got them hired. And then they didn't work out in the first 3-4 weeks for whatever reason. And now I have to redo that whole process. And so I know it's another 30 to 45 days to get somebody replaced and on there. And so the fact that we do that quick of a turnaround if it doesn't work out, I think is one of the big benefits that I've seen from people that are here with RepStack.
Awesome. So right after the onboarding, follow the process here. Like Jeff said, you need to spend some time with these guys. These guys are going to be your team members. Treat them like that, and, welcome them, give them all the chance to succeed. And then once you've brought them on board, the next step is usually ongoing training, management, and accountability. People who are working with us, we take on a lot of that stuff for our clients as well. Like, for example, providing paid access to time doctors so that, you guys can see where the time is being spent for that particular employee of yours, ongoing trainings, weekly check-ins with clients, weekly check-ins with the VA and monthly check-ins with the client, and so many other things. And then also where we're able to kind of assign customized learning paths for VAs as well in a lot of cases. So courses, if they need a Udemy, Coursera course, or anything else that they especially need to train on, we're able to take care of that in most of the cases for our clients. So ongoing training, management, and accountability is going to be the next step once you've successfully onboarded this person for yourself. But if it is the right person, if everything that we've talked about, the right type of personality, right role this person comes in, and you being the right leader for these guys, you just step back and watch these people shine and take over some of these responsibilities that you were taking care of. You just focus on the growth of your agency moving forward. So a quick comparison between what we do and then what are the other options that are available to you. For account manager, I'd probably leave out Fiverr, but you can still find good people on Upwork. Onlinejobs.ph is also another good area where you can find some of these account managers, and then obviously the local job boards like Indeed, a few others that are out there. So with us, the first step is usually book a discovery call, give us your requirements, and then we take care of the rest for you. If you were to do this yourself, first of all, you're going to have to define a budget. For a local US-based person, you want to be at least $25 an hour plus. And then for a quality offshore person, you're looking at between 7 to, I would say it says 15 here, but I'd say between 10 to $20 an hour for a quality offshore person as well. Create the job description. We've given you the job description. You can just use that and modify it for your agency. And then once you've posted this, start shortlisting. Get these guys to kind of reply back in a way where, Jeff actually taught us this, where, anytime you post, for example, on Upwork, you get them to say that only reply back with saying, hey, Teddy, maybe Teddy's the name of my dog, and this way, you get to weed out a lot of people who are just not paying attention, and that's not the type of person you need anyways. So if they're, taking care of, you put this towards the end of your job description, it'll save you a lot of time because so many people won't use that. You have a short list right from the get-go. So use a technique like that and it'll work, do wonders for you, save you some time. Find out the right person and start doing some interviews, talk to these people, get them to send you some videos if you can. That would be really good. And then also see if you can maybe do a chat or a Slack interview so that you can see what type of writing style they have, when you're talking to them live. So all of these things are going to help you find the right person. There's a few other things over here that you guys can go through. Performance benchmarks and other things. So over here, we have a day end report as well from some of our account managers. You guys can take a look at it, all the different things an account manager can do for you. So feel free to take a look at this document as well. And then if you guys want to book a discovery call with us, the link is over here. So I think we're almost out of time, but if you guys have any questions, we're here. We'll be happy to answer questions for you right now. I think Jasmine left a question for me. She just wanted some clarity on the rates. So basically on the rates, we're currently at $14 an hour. But we're only placing full-time people. It works best if, because you can go on Upwork and you can hire a part-time account manager. But this is the reason that, we have these things like, do you already have at least 2 people working for you? Do you already have $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue? Because we find that, the type of person we're bringing to the table, that person needs to be fully dedicated to a particular client, and just, full-time means fully dedicated to you. Part-time means part-time effort. So that's the reason that we don't do any part-time placements. Full-time placement with us is around $2,300 for an amazing account manager. In the US, we've done some math. You'd have to start out at around between $35,000 and $55,000. And with bonuses and things like that, it will add up from there. Outside of the US, you should be looking at between $10 and $20 per hour. All right, sounds good. So there's no other questions. We'd be sending out a replay of this webinar as well. Feel free to reach out to us, and we'd love to, if you decide to work with us. Otherwise, the workbook is with you. Make a copy, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks everyone.
Jeff. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.